herpes is older than human beings.
Herpes could never. Herpes could never break me, could never again make me feel less of. Herpes can't take my sexy away from me. Herpes does not take my worth away. Herpes does not devalue me. Herpes can...
We go past Neanderthals, go all the way down to Australopithecus, all the way back to our common ancestor. Even before that, type 1 is approximately 5 to 6 million years old, which is insane when you think about it. Herpes is one of the most successful pathogens on the planet. It's so good at what it does. And the reason why there's no cure is because when your body is infected with a bacteria or a virus, let's say a bacteria, it sees the antigen, your body makes antibodies, it attacks it and removes it. End of story. The problem with herpes simplex and other herpes viruses is that they infect the nervous system. They get into the ganglion, they get into the little neuron, and it hides inside. Now, your immune system is looking at all the neurons that are in your area, and they're like, oh, everything looks fine. Let's move on. And they never see the virus until it emerges. That's the problem, is actually finding some sort of mechanism or engineering some type of technology to view the neuron in the nervous system to get inside of it, remove the virus without killing the nerve cell. You kill your nerve cell, that's it. It's done. It's never coming back.
Yes.
So that's what sucks about it. You know what I mean? Like, especially for somebody who suffers from frequent symptoms, the last thing they want to hear is that there's no cure. I mean, I get it. Like, for years that really bothered me. But you have to kind of figure out a way to get to some sort of acceptance.
Mm.
So,
I want to get back to the cure question, because one thing about the community is a lot of people in the community are so desperate for a cure so that they don't have to have the conversation and tell somebody that they have herpes. Let's be 100% honest. That is the reason. Some people want a cure because they're just tired of the symptoms, and some people get back-to-back outbreaks, but majority of people, again, don't have any symptoms. So the cure, you want the cure because you don't want to have that conversation. Why not cure that? Why not cure your mindset? Why not cure how you feel about yourself? I'm a firm believer that the stigma exists because people care too much about what other people are going to think and feel about them. Yep. If everyone in the world stopped giving a damn about what someone else is going to feel and think about them, there will be no stigma, y'all. The stigma would disappear.
In a heartbeat.
But because you care so much about another person's opinion is why we have a stigma. You break the stigma by breaking the stigma for yourself first.
There's nothing more powerful and empowering than no longer giving a shit.
Yeah.
The stigma does not exist if you don't care. It doesn't matter what anybody says. They can make fun of you. They can say all kinds of crap. And you're like, it is what it is. Yeah, see ya. Don't care.
That's how I feel.
Yep.
I was saying in the beginning of this live, I had to come to terms with that someone else's opinion of me does not feed me, pay my bills, take care of me, take care of my son, give me an orgasm, wipe my ass after I take a shit. It doesn't do none of that for me. So I'm not going to allow it to have so much power over my life.
Yep. There was a famous actor, Anthony Hopkins, and they asked him, what about what people say about you? And he goes, people's opinions of me are none of my business. Doesn't care.
That part.
Yeah. And just imagine how empowering that is. It's not an overnight thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think, except for maybe in Shanna's case, she took it and owned it very quickly.
Listen, it wasn't an overnight thing for me neither. I'm someone who has suffered with depression my entire life. So unfortunately, there was other stigmas and other things that surpassed the herpes stigma in my life that I've learned to get over and deal with, that helped me on my journey with the herpes stigma, that assisted me. There was so many other terrible shit that's happened in my life that I had to work through and get out of a
Yeah.
dark place from, that when it
Yep.
came to the herpes stigma, it was easy for me to attack it. I was already in my self-love journey and in my awareness, so that when I did started to feel the weight of the herpes stigma, it was more so of a awareness thing for me. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this that I am feeling? I
Yeah.
don't like this. I don't accept this narrative. I've been through too much to accept this narrative in my life. I need to figure this out.
Yep.
So,
It's so much different because somebody had said, oh, I'm trying to think the way they worded it, but I can't remember it. But I was involved in a experimental vaccine. So in 2016, I made a promise to the scientist, Dr. Halford, and my friend Augustin. And he's like, well, nobody wants to talk about herpes. No one wants to even say it out loud. And,
mhm.
I got all cocky and I was like, well, you know what? If it works, I'm going to start talking about it. And to be honest, I had to eat my words because it worked. The treatment worked. And in October of 2016, I came out publicly on Facebook. And I have to tell you that I came out publicly. All my friends were either like, congratulations, or like, I had no idea, or, oh my God, I have this too, or they didn't say anything. Like, it was almost as if this idea that the stigma I was going to be attacked by people and friends that I knew. No one said anything. Not a word. I was like, I've been worrying about this for years, and nothing happened. It's like I built myself up to this anxiety level, like, oh, people are going to say this and people are going to say that. And most of the time, the people that say dumb things are people who are just, it makes no difference. They're nobody,
People that
or
hate
they're,
themselves,
yeah,
basically.
it's insane. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a good one. So